No, you're not dreaming. No, this is not some kind of alternate universe. No, you're not in a time space. You're not caught up in a time lapse. No, you're not in a Twilight Zone anywhere. You're not hallucinating. None of that. This is an actual VladBrad podcast. I can't believe it. I mean, I'm actually stoked when I think about it myself. I can't believe this is actually happening. Myself, I'm actually doing the VladBrad podcast. It's been like forever. Reason why it's been forever, reason why I haven't did a podcast in a while is, but simply put, I've been extremely busy. I've been moving. I'm in the apartment that I'm in right now that I'm moving out of. It's been like right now it's virtually empty. Like it's virtually empty because that's how busy I've been. I've been driving U-Hauls all over the place, but stuff been happening in my time of absence, in my time of busyness. I haven't even did a YouTube video. I haven't did a YouTube video in like forever, but so much been happening since my last podcast. You're like, dude, yeah, because it took forever. This is, I mean, you haven't did a podcast in like forever. It goes like 10 months. It wasn't 10 months. It was like about a month, maybe a little longer than a month, maybe. You know how somebody's late to work. Sorry, I'm late. It's kind of like one of them kind of situations, but it's been forever, and that's why, been doing a lot of moving. But here, I got good news for you guys. I got good news, awesome good news. Also, I've been sponsor surfing. I've been talking to some people that just been, kind of wanting to sponsor me a little bit, but so been sponsor surfing for that. Then I've been moving, have so much going on. But good news is this: I will be going live once I get my new place. I will be going live. I will be able to correspond with people instead of doing like pre-recorded stuff. But in the meantime, I'm doing this because I'll have the equipment. I have the equipment to do everything I need in terms of to go live with. I'll be able to do all that. Everything else, I'll be able to go live on YouTube, and everything else go live on KBLP LLC. All that. So yeah, that's pretty much why I haven't did a podcast, because of that. However, I've been seeing subject matter I've been wanting to talk about, but I couldn't cover because I've been so busy, and I couldn't cover the subject matter. Like, for example, the cops killing black people. I want to talk about that so bad, but I couldn't. I mean, I've been fiending, but now I'm about to unleash this beast. I'm about to unleash the beast. So I got to do some trending topics, and I'm going to do some issues, some important issues. So here it goes. Here's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about trending topics. The Breakfast Club. The beef on the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God, Angela Yee. Definitely going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the TMZ dude, Lathen, getting fired. The black dude from TMZ, not the dude with the dreads, but the other guy. I'm going to talk about him getting fired. Definitely got to scope that out, give you guys my opinion, and definitely talk about that. Also, an important subject matter I feel as though I have to talk about, that I've been meaning to talk about, I haven't talked about like since forever. I never covered this on any kind of podcast, and this is something that people have to definitely come to realization about, and that's so-called racial mate preferences. So-called preferences, like, I'm definitely going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about unity against these police killing black people. Definitely got to talk about that. I mean, because it's very important. It's wrong and it's not right. And by me talking about that, I'm going to talk about the Amber Geiger, Botham Jean situation. And I think the other female, God bless her, Atiana, I think her name is Tatiana Jefferson, who was killed by this white dude cop. It sucks, man, and it's just not right. I'm definitely going to talk about that as well. And just to lighten the load a little bit, kind of lighten up the load, I'm going to talk about a funny blind date story that happened to me like about 6 years ago. Could have been like 6 years. Was it like 6 years ago? Yeah, like six, 7-ish years ago. Definitely going to talk about that too. So, I'm back with another insane podcast. So how do I usually do this? What do I say? What do I say, KBLPOC, thank you all for walking with me in the world of Mad VladBrad.
This is gonna feel real good, alright? Most dope. Everybody please put a thumb in the air.
1, 2, 3, 4. Some crazy ass kids gonna knock up on your door, so let 'em in, let 'em in, let 'em in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some crazy ass kids gonna knock up on your door, so let 'em in, let 'em in,
like $1,000,000, but my money don't really feel like I do. And from the ground I built my own damn buzz. People was amazed I was still in high school, but now I'm out, and money what I'm about. Trying to get so much that I can't keep count. New kicks give me cushion like whoopee. Keep a smile like an eating pork cookie. Everything good, I'm white boy awesome. Up all night, Johnny Carson. I ain't got a Benz, no, just a Honda, but try and get my money like an anaconda. Real long, across the country, smoke joints in the whip, no caption bust.
Okay, it's time to get into this. Definitely time to get into this because it's long overdue. It's long, insanely overdue. Okay, yeah, thank you guys for rocking with me. I've been meaning to do this podcast again. I've been super busy. I couldn't do it because I had so much going on. Like I was saying prior in my opening, I've been doing a whole lot of moving and everything else. So, but I have a little bit of free time. So I said, you know what, since I have this free time, let me go ahead and do my podcast. Not only that, I'm going to do my podcast on a regular scheduled time. Like I said, I've been doing prior, but I just couldn't do it based on the fact that I had so much going on. And then being in Los Angeles, it's a really fast moving place. So yeah, but anyway, that's another story. And before I get into that, let me say this, shout out to, King Cannabis and everything else. But, let me say this before I even get into my podcast. You tuned into the number one podcast in the entire world, straight like that. It's been said. And that's just what it is. And not only that, right? You have like a gazillion podcasts out there. You have a gazillion millions of podcasts out there because podcast is a new thing. It's a trendy thing now. So everybody wants a podcast. All the celebrities, like I was saying before, they all want a podcast, right? But the thing is, they have lame brain, boring, insanely, mind-numbingly boring podcasts, and they just want a podcast just because of it. You said, and I said that all you guys podcasts is trash, is boring. I'm talking about these celebrities. Stick to whatever else you were doing. Don't jump on a podcast bandwagon. You're already rich. You already got millions of dollars, right? So why you got a podcast? Like, why you got to do that too? You said, it's just that here's the thing. I'm your worst nightmare. I'm the podcast worst nightmare because you guys podcast is absolutely trash. It's boring. It's ridiculously mind-numbingly boring, and you're absolutely garbage. I'm your nightmare. He said, I keep it 100. I hold no filter, and it is what it is. With that being said, let's get into this. This Breakfast Club situation with Charlemagne and God and Angela Yee. And the other dude, I think DJ Envy, I think how he opens up, he says, the DJ Envy, Charlemagne and Clyde, Angela Yee, we are the best for the club. That's how he does his opening. I think I didn't do it right, but that's exactly how he does it, right? But, yeah, so they have a beef going on. There's dissension in the ranks, if you will. And I'm going to give you my opinion on it. And at first, I'm going to give you a kind of a rough draft of history in terms of why they're beefing. And I'm going to tell you what I think about this beef. This Breakfast Club show been going on for like 7-8 years. Every so often I tune into it. I watch episodes when I can. I think sometimes they talk about real issue stuff that, that can help people, stuff that can be beneficial to one's life sometimes, so I do tune in every so often. What's a dude named Charlemagne the God? I don't have nothing against Charlemagne the God. Me personally, I listen to him talk. He haven't said anything offensive to me yet. He's a pro black dude and he loves dark people and everything else, how he speaks. And I have no problem with that. I guess, so yeah, if, in this beef, I'm rocking with Charlemagne the God, but I'm going to tell you why. Him and Angela Yee. From what I understand, Angela Yee, she's some biracial chick. She's half black and half Asian on there and everything. So, yeah. And then you have DJ Envy, whatever. He's another co-host along with Charlemagne the God and Angela Yee. But again, the beef is with Charlemagne the God and it's Angela Yee because right now, when you unfollow somebody on social media, it's considered saying, I'm not your friend. Okay, I'll fix you. I'm going to unfollow you on social media. Like when you unfollow somebody on social media, that's like a biggest travesty. That's like considering that's like a smack in the face. That's worse than and nowadays that's worse than being smacked in the face when you unfollow somebody on social media. So Angela Yee, she unfollowed Charlemagne the God on social media and he in turn unfollowed her back. He unfollowed her back. So that's where the beef comes from. Right. But here we'd say, dude, how did it all start? Like, why are they beefing? Like, what happened with that? Here's what happened, right? It started with this dude, Gucci Mane, the rapper. And to be honest, I'm not a Gucci Mane fan. I never liked Gucci Mane. I don't like him. You see what I mean? I don't like him, but I don't like Angela Yee either. You see what I mean? And if I had to roll with one of them, I don't like Angela Yee or I don't like Gucci Mane. But if I had to choose one, I have to rock with Gucci Mane more than I have to rock with her. If I had to choose one, you see what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you why I don't like Gucci Mane. I mean, I'm gonna get to that in a second, but I'm gonna talk about the situation why they broke up. I mean, why what the beef is going on. Okay, here's what happened. Some odd years ago, I don't even know if it could have been like a couple years ago. I don't know when it was. This dude Gucci Mane was a guest on the Breakfast Club. He was a guest on the Breakfast Club, and they was interviewing him. You know, the customary interviews, they interview their guests. So he brought up a situation with him and Angela Yee. Something, I don't know, it spiraled out of control, the conversation. And he said Angela Yee was on his genitalia, I would say. I can't say the exact words. I'm trying to keep it clean as possible. Basically, she was saying she was gassing him up, trying to connect with him. You know, she was trying to hook up with him sexually. And she denied it. And then he brought up proof. He said, no, on your show, you said this about me. And what she said was, she was talking about how Asian females have deep vaginas, for lack of a better word. She said, you know, Asian females have deep vaginas. Like she was throwing flirts at him, like, you know, read between the lines, basically. And then she asked him for his room. She asked him for his room number and everything. So he took that as saying, okay, you trying to connect with me. You trying to get sexual with me. He took that as that. And why wouldn't he take it as that? Because that's exactly what she was trying to do. You see what I mean? And the thing about it is this. Gucci Mane, I give him credit on some point. You know, he's married and he's faithful to his wife. I give him that much credit. You see what I mean? Angela Yee, I think her name is. She has a boyfriend, and you know, I don't know if their relationship is still going because of this situation. I mean, maybe. You know, I wouldn't. I mean, if I would guess they're still together, because it's not. A lot of times with them celebrities and them semi-celebrities, they don't get love like that anyway. People with them for their money anyway. So he probably not going to go anywhere. You see what I mean? Because she got a little bit of notoriety about her. So he's not tripping. He's with her for her money anyway. So he's not going to go nowhere. You know, and that's just the fact of it. So basically that's what's going on. So with that interview, you know, that's what's pretty much started the beef. And you say, dude, how'd that start a beef? Like, what happened? Basically, Charlemagne the God has a YouTube show. He has a YouTube channel. He has his own individual show on YouTube, just like Angela Yee has something called Lip Service, which is not the Breakfast Club. She have her own show outside of the Breakfast Club called Lip Service. And when all this happened, she interviewed Gucci Mane on Lip Service, and that's what she said about her vagina being deep. And that's what she said. That's what she asked for his room, what room he's in and everything else. That's what she asked all that during her lip service. And then, you know, she tried to keep it PG-13 on the show, on the Breakfast Club show, but lip service is supposed to be rated X, like rated R, rated X. So she's a completely different person on lip service than she is on the Breakfast Club. So yeah, when that happened, he brung up the situation that they had on lip service on Breakfast Club. He went on Breakfast Club, he brung it up. So after that happened or whatever, after it was brung up, Charlemagne the God interviewed Gucci Mane on his YouTube show. On his own YouTube show that was not the Breakfast Club. And when he did, he talked about this Gucci Mane dude talked about Angela Yee. He dissed DJ Envy. And he just like bit their heads off on the show, on Charlemagne the God's YouTube channel show. He like completely bit their heads off on that show. So when he bit their heads off, Charlemagne the God, he's a journalist, so he couldn't really defend his co-host. You know, he didn't stick up for him. Neither did he talk trash about him. He was straddling the fence. But I mean, when you're a journalist, that's what you have to do. You have to straddle the fence. You have to be impartial. You have to see both sides. Even though those are his colleagues and he worked with them, he was stuck between a rock and a hard place because he had to do his job at the end of the day. So that's why I'm not mad at Charlemagne the God. I mean, he tried to keep the peace. He said, how about this? How about we go, how about we do a sit down with you, DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Gucci Mane didn't want to do that. You see what I mean? But he did try to make peace. Charlemagne the God did try to make peace. You know, he did do that much. I give him credit for that much. He did do that. But it didn't work out because Gucci Mane wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. He didn't want peace. So yeah, basically, so that's why they're beefing, because I guess Angela Yee felt like Charlemagne the God didn't have her back in his own individual interview when he interviewed Gucci Mane. And I don't blame him. I mean, he had to do what he had to do. You see what I mean? And it's not you don't want to put yourself in this situation. You should have never said what you said to Gucci Mane in the first place. You knew the man was married. You knew he was married. You knew he had a wife. You knew he'd been married for years. You said what you said to him in the first place. That's why I don't like you, Angela Yee. I can't stand you. You see what I mean? And that's just what it is. You know, DJ Envy, I'm kind of straddling the fence about Envy. You know, like I can't really say well I like him, I don't like him, whatever. I'm whatever the DJ Envy. You see what I mean? However, in fact, no, I don't like DJ Envy. Damn it, I don't like him. And DJ Envy, I don't like you either. You see, I'm gonna tell you exactly why I don't like you. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like you, Envy. Now, when I think about it, I don't like you. And I'm gonna tell you why. Here's why I don't like DJ Envy. Because some odd years ago, they had some guests on that show, and the guest talked about his wife and something about his kids and education and something to that effect. DJ Envy had the people on his show who talked about him, and he went in on them. DJ Envy bit their heads off on the Breakfast Club, talking about how nobody disrespect his wife, nobody disrespect his kids. Don't you ever disrespect my wife and kids. And he went off on these people on the show. But you did the same thing to Gucci Mane. How you gonna go off on somebody else and then you turn around and do the same thing? You contradict yourself, bro. That's what you did. Now I don't like DJ Envy. I don't like you. I don't like Angela Yee. And that's what it is. So, and the thing is, Gucci Mane brung that up. He brung that up when he was interviewed with Charlemagne the God. He brung up the fact that DJ Envy talked trash about somebody who talked trash about his wife. DJ Envy, like he checked some people who talked about his wife and kids, but then he turned around and talked about Gucci Mane's wife. You see what I mean? Like, bro, come on, bro. Like you can't contradict yourself. And I don't like Angela Yee because you flirt with a married man, for one thing. And the thing is, let's just keep it real about Gucci Mane. I don't care for you either. Even though I'm sticking up for you, Gucci Mane, a little bit for this, I don't care for you either, Gucci Mane. I don't care for you either, bruh. I don't. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why I don't care for you. Because you like when them other lame brain sappy rappers, them black rappers that only who gas up light skinned females and everything else. That's why I don't like you. Because females are different in all. Females are beautiful and pretty in all shapes and colors. Not all shapes, excuse me, but all colors. You have pretty females, all colors, whether they're dark black, whether they're light, whether they're white, whether they're Asian, whether they're Hindu, whether they're Mexican, whether they're I can't think of any other races right now, but regardless, you have beautiful females in all races and all nationalities. You shouldn't judge, but that's not I'm gonna get into that subject matter when I'm gonna talk about my so-called racial mate preferences. I'm gonna talk about that when I talk about that. But basically, I'm gonna get into that on that subject matter. That's my number 3 topic I'm gonna talk about. But Gucci Mane is one of them sorry weirdos. He's one of them. You a chump, Gucci Mane. But I'm taking up for you on this particular subject matter because you actually have a good point in what you were saying. She shouldn't have flirted with you. The fact you are a married dude. But the thing is, you're not the most attractive married dude in the world, to be honest. No homo. But the thing is, your wife wouldn't even be with you if you had money about you. You see what I mean? And what's her name? Some Dior. Yeah, I'm talking about your wife. You see what I mean? She's not pretty to me. She's not pretty to me. I mean, honestly, she not. You see what I mean? You can't judge a female beauty based on what color she is. You can't do that. You see what I mean? It's not right, bro. It's not. You see what I mean? And that's why I can't stand you either, Gucci Mane. What the hell is a Gucci Mane anyway? Your name sounds stupid. So I mean, I don't even like the Gucci clothing because of what they did a long time ago. I don't even like them. And your weird self calling yourself Gucci Mane, you a weirdo, dude. So just believe that I don't like you either, bruh. I don't. But the thing is, you're right in this particular subject matter, not just what it is. You see what I mean? So that's basically what happened. This might be the end of the Breakfast Club. It just may be the end of it. You see what I mean? Angela Yee, you flirt with a married dude. You knew the man's married. And the thing is, Gucci, you like a mongoose in the face. Gucci Mane look like a mongoose in the face. See how his eyes are just they kind of squunched together, bro. You're not a good looking dude at all, bro. You really not. You see what I mean? So don't feel gassed up. Don't think she's feeling you because of your looks. Just like Nas said about Jay-Z in that song, Ether. When I'm ethering you. I'm ethering all of you. Just like Nas, when Nas ethered Jay-Z, he said, "You think the females like you because of your looks? Negro, please." That's what he said. Same thing to you, Gucci Mane. Negro, please. You see what I mean? It's just because you got a little bit of money about you. That's all it is. But the fact remains, you still was right about what you said. She shouldn't have flirted with you. She shouldn't have. Knowing that you're a married dude. You know what I mean? Because she had a boyfriend herself, so she was wrong completely in doing that. I mean, that was straight wrong. But the thing about it is this. This might be the end of the Breakfast Club. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. They should hash their problems out over the air. I think it would be better for their business to do that, to show that they're real and they're genuine friends. Real friends will let nothing like this come between them. So if the show does end and it goes off the air, that means they weren't real friends to begin with. But if it does go off the air, Charlemagne the God going to have success. I have nothing bad to say about Charlemagne the God at all. You know, but if they do go off the air, Charlemagne going to be successful because his YouTube thing is blowing up and he's doing good. Much success to that. And with that being said, I'm done with that subject matter. So, real talking VladBrad. The next subject I was going to talk about is Van Lathen getting fired from TMZ. This is the second subject matter I was going to talk about. And here we go. Let's get it. For those of you who don't know who Van Lathen is, he's the other black dude on TMZ, not the one with the dreadlocks. He's the other guy, like the darker dude. And he's been with TMZ for years. And apparently he got fired for choking out one of the staffs. However, I seen the video, and you guys can go look the video up yourself. He didn't choke the dude out. I mean, he probably had a minor issue with the dude, and it was based on the video I seen. It was a minor issue he had with the guy, and he just kind of put his hands on the dude and whispered in his ear, and you know, he didn't do nothing harmful to the guy. And what he did to the guy, people do that normally all the time. He just casually put his hands on the dude around the guy's shoulders and just talked to him, whispered in his ear. It was nothing. It was no harm in that. There was no harm in that at all. And I like Van Lathen. He's a real dude. You see what I mean? However, it's a conspiracy as to why he got fired. And here's why I think he got fired. Because somehow this year, I think it was 2019, earlier this year, 2019, they had Kanye West on the TMZ. And Kanye West went on there and said that slavery was a choice. He said that on TMZ. So when he said that, Van Lathen went in on Kanye West in his face and told him, bro, slavery was not a choice. And he just went in on him about being a black dude and how he shouldn't have said what he said and everything else. So when he said that, I felt where Van Lathen was coming from because he was so right. However, TMZ didn't feel it. Harvey Levin and TMZ, they didn't feel that. You see what I mean? So what they did was they was looking for a reason to get rid of him anyway. Based on the fact what he said about Kanye West, the fact he went in on Kanye West on the show, he was on a thin line ever since then. They were just looking for the smallest reason to get rid of him, and they couldn't find nothing. The thing about Van Lathen, he showed up on time every day for work. He did his job. He did his job efficiently and effectively. And so they had no reason to get rid of him. They needed something. They needed something to go on to get rid of him. And you know what he said? And this is what they said. Here's Harvey Levin said. Harvey Levin, he was talking up with the other producers. Look, oh my gosh, we got to figure something out. He's doing his job too good. He's working too well. We got to think of something. We got to come up with some kind of idea to get rid of this dude because he went in on Kanye West. We know Kanye West is an Illuminati puppet anyway. We're Illuminati puppets, so we got to figure out a way to get rid of him because of the Illuminati gonna come down on us if we don't. That's what Harvey Levin said. You see what I mean? So they found a reason. And really, they didn't find a reason. If you know, enough was enough. So they said, okay, enough is enough. We found a lame reason, which is not a really good reason at all. But we're just going to fire you because you choked the guy out, even though he didn't choke the dude. But that's why they got rid of him. And you know, TMZ, you guys are a bunch of, I can't really say how I really feel because, again, I got to keep it clean to a certain degree. So I can't really say how I really feel about Harvey Levin and all them other weirdos on that TMZ show. You see what I mean? Because they got rid of a good one. But here's a good news about it. Van Lathen, you can go start your own situation. You can go start your own show. You can blow up and get big off your own show because they did you wrong. They mad because you went in on Kanye West. They mad because you told Kanye West the truth. You told him how it is. And they were angry about that. And again, they're Illuminati puppets is what they are. You see what I mean? And all they do is gossip about people and put people personal lives. But it's time somebody went in on TMZ. It's time somebody blast TMZ for their bull crap. You see what I mean? So, Van Lathen, I wish you the best, bro. If you start your own, what you call your own reality show or start your own tabloid show, you'll be successful. The fact of the matter is you outgrew TMZ. You outgrew it and it's time to move on. You know what? And that's just what it is, bro. I mean, wish you the best on that. So I'm done talking about that. And now here comes my third subject matter. Real talking, VladBrad. Third subject matter is the so-called racial mate preferences. So-called racial preferences with especially with guys and females both. Here's the thing. First, before I even get into it, the people I'm going to talk about, right? I'm going to talk about these people because let's say, and these are people who live in urban communities. People have gutter mindsets. People have gutter, they have low self-esteem. I'm going to say low self-esteem. They have low class. They're low class individuals. They're tacky individuals. They're what you call they're gutter minded individuals. We're going to talk about them because you have individuals of both aspects of life. People who are successful and people who aren't successful. I'm talking about the ones who aren't successful and their mind state and the way they think when I talk about this. So I'm talking about so-called racial mate preferences. And basically, when it come to, how can I say, females, I'm going to talk about females. I'm going to talk about dudes too, because I just talked about the Gucci Mane. Just talked about him. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Just like I talked about Gucci Mane and guys like him, you know, black dudes who always gassing up light skinned females. Oh, you know, it gas them up. When I say females, all colors are beautiful, regardless where they come from, regardless of nationality. Now, I just went in on guys, how I can't stand when guys do that. Now I'm going to talk about women who do that. For example, it's black females, but not just black females, but just females in general that do this, who had this gutter mindset. And I'm going to tell you why. You have, and I notice on Facebook, I be seeing posts about this, and here's what I'm talking about. Like these females talking about how they like dark skinned dudes and how they like, how they prefer, you know, and how they diss everybody else. And they talk about, I like dark skinned dudes, dark black dudes, and how they gas them up. And I'm going to get into that right now. Basically, here it is about that. Right. And this is how I feel about it. And I'm going to say how I feel. And I'm going to say some facts too. I'm going to spit real life facts about it. Because you have like white females who date outside their race, and they date the darkest or blackest of dudes. You see what I mean? And I'm you know, and I'm going to be raw and I'm going to be gritty. I'm going to offend some people, but I mean, it has to be said. So here it goes, right? So basically, you have, again, on Facebook posts, these females talk about the dark-skinned dudes, how they prefer them, how they look better and everything else and whatever. Now, that's some bull crap, straight up bull crap. And I'm going to tell you, here's the thing about it, right? You notice with other guys, right? Like, how can I say, guys who aren't dark, or guys who aren't black for that matter, and guys who are like myself, who are super light and bright or whatever. There's a stigma about other guys or whatever. Like, the thing about it, like us, like, say, for example, a dude like myself, a dude who's a super light, bright, biracial dude like myself, like, say, whatever you say about us, we don't care. Like, you know, I mean, everybody have, every race of a dude have something, a quality about them that you could say about them in terms of quality wise. For example, like, let's say Hispanic guys, right? They say, oh, so Hispanic guys are spicy and they're good lovers and everything else, whatever. You know, that's a stigma and it's a stereotype, and it's a good stereotype that, you know, that you could say about a Latin guy or Hispanic dude. The thing about dudes like myself, who are these light, bright dudes, we're known for being pretty. You know, they call us, we're pretty, easy to get along with. And basically, you know, the good hairs, quote unquote, good hairs and etc. You know, easy to look at or whatever. Pretty boys. So that's the thing about us. I mean, that's a stereotype that, you know, just like, you know, black dudes have stereotypes about them, you know, so, oh, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice and all this other kind of that bull crap. It's a stereotype. All of them stereotypes that I just named, right? But here's the thing. You know, like, say with us, right? Like, say, I'm talking about dudes who are non-black, and I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about non-black guys and dudes who are super light, bright like myself. Like, when you talk trash about us and diss us, we don't care. You see what I mean? If you talk trash and diss a Hispanic or a white dude, they don't care. You see what I mean? Like, it is what it is. They're confident in who they are already. They're already self-assured and they're confident. So you can talk all kind of trash. Oh, I don't like Hispanic guys. I don't like white guys. I don't like them super light, bright, pretty boy guy. I don't like any of them. Like they disgust me. We do okay. So what? We don't care. You see what I mean? Like we don't care because we're already self-assured in who we are. You see what I mean? And then you notice how if you do like if there's a Facebook post or any kind of post gassing up a Hispanic dude or gassing up a white guy or gassing up a light bright dude like myself, like it get met with all kind of scrutiny from everybody else. Oh hell no! Did you just say she like white dudes? She like Hispanic? Oh hell no! Like it get gassed. It get like scrutiny. But like say for example, if you do a post or say something about a black dude, a dark black dude or whatever, and you do a post saying how they gas them up, no, it get met with no kind of scrutiny. Like we don't care. Nobody trips about it. Say what you're gonna say. You see what I mean? And here's the thing. For you dark black dudes out there, I hope you hear me. You guys need to have more confidence. You need to have raise your self-esteem. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. The thing I mean by that is this: the next time you read a post, the next time you hear any females gassing you guys up, tell them like this: say you know what? I don't need you to validate. I know I look good already. And I'm talking to you black dudes, you dark black dudes. Say this, say, I know, our black dudes in general. Say, I know I look good. I know I have a cool look. I don't need you to tell me that. I know I'm good already. You said I don't need, because that's when a female have to gas you like that or try to boost your ego. That's saying like, that's her giving you sympathy. That's basically her giving you sympathy. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, and I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna tell you what I've heard. I mean, I've heard females say this of females who aren't black, non-black females. I heard them say this, and here's just what it is: black dudes don't have no discretion. They have no standards when it comes to dating females, and that's just what it is. And here's what it is: you notice how when you see with females, right? And I'm just keeping it so real. You notice how, like, say if you see somebody who's Hispanic or somebody who's not black, when they date a black female, whatever, they get the best looking black females. They be in good shape, they be good looking and everything else. They get the best looking ones. But when you see a black dude, a lot of times dating outside the race, or they date a white female, they get the most grotesque, disgusting looking, fat slob of white females, trash looking, disease-filled females they can find. Like they don't have no discretion. And here's what I heard them say. I heard white females say this. I heard white females and non-black females say this: when all else fails, get a black guy. You see what I mean? When all else fails, when all else fails, get a black guy. See, that's how they feel. That's how they feel. But you know why? Because they know you guys have no self-esteem about you. They know you guys are easy to get. You see what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Raise your self-esteem. Don't just take anything that's thrown at you. When they do these posts about you and how they liking black dudes only because they feel like they can't get nothing else. And that's just what it is. They feel like they can't get nothing else. They feel like you guys are easy to get. So that's why they when all else fails, get a black guy. Like and you guys need to raise your standards. Raise your principles. You said, I mean, that's what you guys need to do, man. Stop taking this sympathy. And like, I'm gonna give you a better example if you don't know what I'm talking about. Let's say, better example, right? And I'm gonna do a metaphor. What I mean by example. Let's say basketball, right? We're gonna talk about basketball. And the reason I'm gonna say basketball is because I play basketball. I'm pretty good at it. Let's say I go to the gym, right? Every so often I go to the gym and I'll play basketball. And me being 6'5" and a half, close to 6'6", naturally I'm going to get picked up first. Like say if there's team captains, they want to pick the tall dude because a lot of times when you pick up the tall guy, you're more likely to win the game. Like it increases your chances to win a game when you pick a tall guy, right? So everybody, they say, "Oh, I got him. Let me get him. Let me get VladBrad. I'm picking him. I got him. Let me get so and so." And then the short guys always be the last one to get picked because they figure if you're short, that decreases your chances of winning, right? And here's a metaphor I'm talking about. Like say for example, say somebody say this. They say, you know what? I'd rather play basketball with short guys. I'd rather play the basketball with, you know why? Because I like how the short guys move. They can move fast and everything else. I'd rather play basketball with the short guys than the tall guys. You know, I'd rather, all my short guys, where you at? I want to play basketball with the short guys. I want the short guys on my team. You see, that's exactly how I look when females talk about black dudes. You know what I mean? That's the same. They sympathy, too much sympathy. You see what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I love black people. I really do. Black dudes, I got love for you. I really do. But don't let these non-black females, don't let them gas you. Don't let them do it. You see what I mean? I mean, if they black, okay, that's fine. You see what I mean? But these non-black females, especially talking about how they like all like chocolate guys, like dark dudes and everything, that's because they feel like you the only thing that they can get. That's why they do that. Don't take their sympathy. Just like I just did the basketball situation with the sympathy. Like, look at the NBA. How many short, you can name on one hand how many short guys was in the NBA. Most of them guys are tall. Like, I'm 6'5", 6'6". I'm considered short in the NBA. You see what I mean? I'm considered to be short on an NBA standpoint. You see what I mean? So come on, open your eyes up. You guys need to have more self-esteem, have more confidence. Don't let these females gas you, because when they're doing it, they're really showing sympathy. They're really feeling sorry for you. Is what they're doing. You see what I mean? So they really don't feel the way they feel. If they can get somebody else, they get it. But based on the fact they know black guys are easy to get, in their mind, they feel like black dudes are easy to get. And let's just be honest, and that's just the truth. Because you always see black dudes with the ugliest, fattest, the most disgustingest non-black females. You see what I mean? When they date outside their race, you see all kind of they fat, messy looking. It's not always the case, but a lot of times that's the case. You see what I mean? So you guys need to have more self-esteem. Don't let them do that to you guys, man. I mean, that's just what it is. And not only that, right? It's like a gutter mentality way of thinking. And I'm gonna tell you, the thing about it is this: if you're trying to be in a relationship based on a racial preference, like say if you're a black dude, you only date white women, or let's say if you're a woman, let's say you're a black female and you only date dark skinned dudes, or only light skinned dudes, whatever it is you only date, right? Here's the thing. You setting yourself up for failure. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's with the inside to count. Because a lot of times you have people, like, it's all about what you have in common. You said, I mean, you can't judge or try to date somebody based on what your racial preference is. And I'm going to tell you why. The thing about it is, you may meet somebody outside that outside your race, or somebody who is not your preference, that you have a lot in common with. Like, say, for example, you guys can have the same religious views, same political views, just same views on life and standards and principles and etc. You said, I mean, you guys can have that in common. Or let's say, for example, you meet somebody, and that's why them relationships don't ever work out, because they date them based on because of their race. They say only date white women, only date black women, whatever did you ever only date. And the thing is, here's the thing. I'm not saying, how can I say? I'm not saying, I mean, you have the majority of people, the majority on the planet Earth only gravitate towards people who they identify with. I mean, only gravitate towards them in terms of the people, like, blacks gravitate towards black, white gravitate towards white in terms of, relationship, and Hispanics gravitate toward each other, Asians toward each other. I mean, that's on a normal standpoint, that's what it is. So that's only natural. However, I'm talking about those who only date something outside their race. I'm talking about those who say they only date outside their race, or somebody who only date a specific kind of person based on their color or whatever. I'm talking about them kind of guys and them kind of women. Like, say, for example, you date somebody, and let's say, for example, I'm gonna go common. I'm gonna go domestic and common when I say this real quick. Let's say, for example, a black dude, right? Let's say he don't date black women. He only date outside of his race. You know what I mean? Let's say, for example, he meets Susie. Let's call him Marcus. Let's say Marcus is a football player, right? He's a professional football player. And let's say he sees Susie. Susie's a gold digging white broad, because you have a lot of them. So anyway, he meets Susie, right? But the thing is, him and Susie have nothing in common in terms of mentally. Like, say, they're completely different religions. Let's say he's a Republican, she's a Democrat. They have different political views. And let's say he likes mustard, and let's say she likes ketchup. You see, they just completely, they just don't. And let's say when it comes to raising children, they think completely opposite. You see what I mean? Like you have to have stuff in common. But Marcus and Susan relationship, or Susie, whatever I said her name is, they're eventually going to get a divorce because they don't have a lot in common. They don't have probably nothing in common. But he don't care about that. He's just dating her based on what she looks like. He don't care about what they have in common. He's only basing it solely on what she looks like. You see what I mean? That's a sucker to me. That's a sucker to me. And that's what he is. Marcus, you a sucker. That's what you are. You see what I mean? And this reverts me back to Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane, you a sucker. That's what you are. Kanye West, you a sucker. That's what you are. Who else? Travis Barker, whatever your name is. Travis Scott, whatever your name. You a sucker. That's what you are. You see what I mean? Them dudes, they suckers is what they are. And the list goes on. Michael Strahan, the list goes on. They're suckers. And that's how I feel about them. You see what I mean? So that's what it is. Again, if you date somebody based on what they look like in terms of complexion and just based on what they look like, it's, you're going to set yourself up for failure every time. You know why? Because the thing about it is you may not have nothing in common. But let's say you can see somebody who's not your preference in terms of physically. He or she may not be your preference physically. However, you guys can have everything in common, and you'll have a golden, awesome relationship based on you guys have so much in common. You see what I mean? So it's all about what you have in common with a person, not what the person look like. And if you think otherwise, you're a complete idiot, and that's just what it is. Okay, with that being said, I'm done with that subject matter. No, I'm not done with it. Really fast. I'm talking about the domestic minded person. Now you have people who live in the upper class communities, people who live, they base their solely on financial, financial stability. Some women, and even guys too, but mostly women, they based it not on what a guy looks like. They based on financial stability. You see what I mean? And that's why Gucci Mane wife hooked up with him because she seen financial stability in Gucci Mane. Like Eddie Murphy, all his wife, the white women he been with, and Nicole Murphy, all the people he was with, they was only with him because of financial stability. You see what I mean? That's what they based that on a lot of times. So they don't really care what you look like. They see money. They see cash signs. They see dollar signs. And that's all they care about. But if that's all you care about, you're going to set yourself up for failure anyway, because being a gold digger is a job. That's a job. Being a gold digger is a job because you got to deal with the person's bullcrap that you with. The person that you digging a gold with, you got to deal with their bullcrap. You see what I mean? So that's a job in itself, and that's why them relationships don't last. That's why Nicole Murphy is not married to Eddie Murphy no more, because she couldn't deal with him. She gold dig for only so long, and it didn't last anymore. You see what I mean? That's just what it is. So that's basically it's all about what you have in common, not financial stability. And then only that, you got to look at a person. Somebody may not be where they want to be in life at that moment, but you got to look at the potential in the person. People, just because you see a guy who built his house on sea, you see a big mansion, he built it on sand. Once the water hit the shore, once the ocean hit that shore, the seashore, once the ocean hit the shore, that house that he built on sand gonna collapse. You see what I mean? It's gonna collapse. Now y'all both homeless. You see what I mean? So don't judge a person, don't judge a book by its cover. Just because you see somebody on a bus or public transportation, see what his mind is like. See what him or her mind is like, and see if they have potential to be successful. See if they're ambitious or not. See if they're intelligent or not. You see what I mean? Don't base solely on what you see at that moment, because everything that glitters ain't gold. You see what I mean? And everything that look good is not good for you. Money looks real good. It looks real good. Everybody love money. It looks good, but all money ain't good money. Believe that. You see what I mean? All money ain't good money. You see what I mean? So don't hook up with these men, or don't hook up with women based on their money. Go based on their mind and see what their potential is like, and stick with them while they down. It's good to be there for somebody when they down. You see what I mean? It go to show you a real one. Anybody can be there for somebody when they're up, when they're doing good. It's easy to be there for somebody when they're up and they're doing really good, but be there for them when they down. That's what's important. You see what I mean? Stick it out with them when help them build. You see what I mean? Be with them when they have nothing, and they can be. So when you with them when they have nothing, once they get successful, you get more praise. You see what I mean? And that's just what it is. It's easy to hop on a bandwagon when they're already successful. You see what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Don't build your house on sand. Now I'm done with that subject matter. Okay. I got to talk about this. Talk about unity against black people. Unity against police killing black people. You said, I'm being unbiased about the situation because I'm not in the position to be no kind of Black Panther. I'm not. You said, I can't be that. That's not who I am. However, what's right is right. And what's wrong is wrong. So I'm biased about the situation. This is an old subject matter. I'm going to talk about the Amber Geiger female and Botham Jean, I believe her name is Amber Geiger and Botham Jean. I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about Tatiana Jefferson, who was killed by that white cop. I'm going to talk about that. But the Amber Geiger and Botham situation happened first. Then the situation with Tatiana Jefferson, that happened second. I'm going to tell you, first of all, I'm going to say this. Black people, when you see black men, especially, we see another black dude get killed like that. Don't brush it off and don't say, oh, I'm out the way. Here's what, in most situations, not in all situations, but most situations, when somebody black get killed by the police or something happen like that, other black men would say something like, oh man, it wasn't me, man. I'm glad it wasn't me. See, that won't happen to me because I'm out the way. Like I mind my own business and I handle my business. I don't get in these police face. I just do me and mine. I don't get in the way. That's how they think. You idiot. You a buffoon. That's that buffoonery talk. You sound like a buffoon. You know why? Because that could have been you. That could have been you. Just so happened it was him because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But if he was in a place where he was at, that could have been you. That could have been your black ass. You see what I mean? And here's the thing about it. Again, most black dudes think that they're out the way, and that's why it didn't happen to them. Again, that could have happened to you, and they need to get together and stand up against these police brutalities and killings. You said, y'all, and it's sad that somebody like me have to tell you guys how to be. Like it's not cool, man. Like y'all need to get together and rally and get some justice done. I'm gonna give you a prime example. I was watching a situation the other day. I was watching a biography about this female named Lisa Ray, this actress named Lisa Ray, whatever. I was watching a biography about her, and basically, here's what happened about her life. I'm still on the subject matter. I'm still on the subject matter, but I got to say this really fast. She was talking about her mom and dad. Now, her dad was a cheater. He cheated on her mom, and I think he was a pimp. And he had a girlfriend outside of his marriage, and he ended up getting robbed and shot. I think he got shot and he got paralyzed. So she was talking all this about her father. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool, whatever. I'm listening to it. But here's the thing that sparked my interest about her dad. Here's what sparked my interest. She said her dad was a light skinned. I think he was a biracial, real light skinned dude. She said when her mom first met the dad, she thought the dad was white. Her mom thought her father was white, but really he wasn't white. So I was like, whoa, that kind of sparked my interest because that's me. I look like that. Then I said, I'll be the judge of that. I said, I'm curious what her dad looks like. Let me be the judge of it. You see what I mean? So her dad ended up getting murdered, by one of his girlfriends he was dealing with, because the mom got sick of him cheating. Lisa Ray's mom got sick of the dad being a cheater. So she kicked him out. And she divorced him. So he ended up living with one of his girlfriends, and the girlfriend shot and killed him. You see what I mean? So then they showed a picture of him. You see what I mean? They showed a picture of Lisa Ray's dad. And when I seen him, I was like, whoa, that could have been me. You see what I mean? And I know I'm not the only one in the world that look like how I look like. You see what I mean? There's others. There are others. I'm the realest one. I'm the realest one. But there's others that look like me. You see what I mean? So when I seen a picture of him, it's almost as if I'm looking in the mirror to a certain degree. I'm like, wow, that could have been me. You see what I mean? So, and it hit home with me when I happened to Lisa Ray's pops. That hit home with me because I figured, man, that could have been me to happen to. You see what I mean? Because again, them dudes like that, them real light, bright dudes, they're known for being pretty boy playboys, and they just, they've known for having different females, and you know what I mean? I'm not like them, but that's the stereotype with them. And a lot of times that stereotype rang true with them. Like nobody's safe for me. Honestly, nobody is safe. I'm talking about people who look like me and they're not safe. I'm just keeping it real. You You see what I mean? So the girl got sick of it, I have dudes and I'm cool with this like that. You know, the people who miss like my boy Dion, for example. I got love for Dion, and I haven't talked to Dion in years. You see what I mean? I haven't spoke to him in years. But the thing about it is, Dion was them playboy kind of dudes, and he was like my brother. I had love for Dion, but the fact of the matter is, he think he's God gift to women. You see what I mean? And that's not the case. You don't go playing with women's emotions like that, bro. It ain't right. You see what I mean? But he's one of these super light, bright dudes, biracial dudes who think he just own the world, think women revolve around him. He's one of them. That stereotype. You see what I mean? And another stereotype, keep it real, they know for being gay. You know, and I'm saying they as if I'm one of them. I'm not gay, but I'm one of them. I'm just saying what we're known for. You see what I mean? So basically, I'm just saying people who look like me, just super, super light, bright guys that look like me, that's what we're known for. You see what I mean? So nobody's safe with me. I keep it so real. So I'm going to tell you this. With that being said, for you black dudes, you straight black dudes out there, we see another black dude get killed. You need to have the same mentality I have towards somebody who's light bright. You see what I mean? Somebody who's biracial, light bright. How I have, you need to have the same mentality. You see what I mean? You know, say that could have been me. You see what I mean? You need to stand up, but don't let these police kill you off, man. That ain't cool. It's wrong. You see what I mean? It's not right. With that being said, I'm going to talk about this Amber Geiger female. You know, I didn't get a chance to talk about her before because, again, I was so busy. But I'm going to tell you what I think about her. Amber Geiger, you ugly. You look like a turtle. And that's just what it is. She's ugly. And you notice the races, right? The racist females, the females who are you notice how they're always ugly? Like they got nothing else going for them just to be racist. You see what I mean? Because in their mind, they think that they're the number one. They think that their race is the best in their own mind. We're all created equal to me. But however, in their own mind, they think their race is all that's what they got going for them. Because they don't got looks going for them. Look at Amber Geiger. I mean, look at her. You see what I mean? Look at her face. For those of you who haven't seen what Amber Geiger look like, Amber Geiger, she looks like a turtle. She has no chin. Like she's all neck and face. Like, you know, like it's hard to explain. She's like Gargamorph. Like she's like one of the things from she like that golem from Lord of the Rings. You know that white golem, like you know that it's like a little white golem on Lord of the Rings. She like that white golem with a wig on. Like she has like a you know, like she has a long neck. She's all neck and no chin. She's all neck and like she has no her face. She has a weird looking and her eyes. She like a gremlin in the face. Like Amber Geiger look like a gremlin in the face. Like she's not pretty at all. You see what I mean? So however, I did my research on that case. She's the one who killed that black dude, Botham John, I believe his name is. She went in his apartment and she shot him dead. You see what I mean? And the thing about it is this, and she alleged it was an accident. But and I got so much to say about this case. I got so much I got to say, but I'm not going to kill you guys too much with it. I got so much I'm going to say about it because I've been meaning to say this before in my last podcast. I didn't because I was so busy. I didn't get a chance to make a podcast about this. But here it goes. I'm going to say this, right? She lied when she said it was an accident. You see what I mean? Because the only witness they killed, that one black dude, God bless his soul, man, that killed him. He did the right thing and tried to testify, and they killed that dude. That was so unright. That was so wrong. You see what I mean? Anyway, she said she went to the guy's apartment and she said thought it was hers, and then she shot him dead. I did my research, right? And that's why I know it's all kind of conspiracy behind it. For somebody like me, I'm not a detective. You see what I mean? But here's what I do know. She did know that the Botham John dude, she did know him. She knew who he was. You see what I mean? And she lied about it because, if you do your homework really well, for those of you who want to do your homework, do it real good. She had pictures she took with that dude. You said she knew they lived in the same building. She took pictures. There's pictures out there. If you look and you search real hard, there's pictures of her with him. And they're not photoshopped. Like they're real live pictures. She knew who the guy was. She killed him on purpose. You see what I mean? She murdered that man. And to keep it real, I don't feel sorry for the Botham John dude because he dated nothing but white women anyway. That's what he did. Only thing he dated was white women anyway. And he got killed by one. So I don't feel sorry for him in the slightest bit. However, I feel bad for his family for him getting killed. I feel bad for that. However, it's conspiracy behind that too. Because a brother went and hugged on his female, all in court begging to hug on her after she done killed your brother. At first, when I thought about it, I was so angry on thinking about that. However, it's more to it than we all know. He knew who she was from the beginning. She knew the brother. She knew both of them. So he in the court, please let me hug her, please. Please let me go hug her, please. All that begging in court to go hug on her. Yeah, reason why he did that because he knew who she was and he didn't give a damn about his brother. That's what that was. You see what I mean? So he let it be, he blasted on display. He let it be known, I don't care about my brother. Never did. You see what I mean? I think they got a life insurance policy on him. That's why he did what he did. That's why they wasn't tripping. The only one who really loved him was the mom. Mom was really trying to ride for her son. The mom was. You see what I mean? But the rest of it seemed like his dad and his brother, like they didn't care. You see what I mean? Because they probably got a life insurance on them, and that's why they didn't care. But she murdered that dude in cold blood. And she was a racist. You see what I mean? Because she was talking trash about black people in text and everything, calling them dogs and all kind of stuff. So she was a real racist. That's what she was. You know what I mean? So she was a racist. She like a turtle on her face. Amber Geiger, you a one ugly woman. Physically, you're ugly. And I'm keeping it real. Like, I'm keeping it real. I'm not just saying that because she killed the dude. I'm just keeping it 100. She got a cool little body about her. I give her that. She got a little bit of bun work back there. She got a little bit of booty, but you know what I mean? That's other than that, her face is all tore up. You see what I mean? Like she's all neck. She's all neck and chin. All neck and chin. Like she didn't have no, really, she had like a turtleneck. You know how them turtlenecks have, they got them long necks and they got them flat face. She had like a flat face. I don't know how to explain it. She looked like a turtle. She like a turtle in the face. And she got like, she had her teeth. She have like chiselly teeth. She has like her teeth look like she had like hyena teeth. She had an ugly face. She like a gremlin with hyena teeth. She like a turtle-ish gremlin looking thing with hyena teeth. She's not pretty at all. You see what I mean? So that's basically what it is. And as far as I'm gonna talk about the Tatiana Jefferson, a female who got killed by that white cop, man, that was so wrong. God bless her and her family. And I wish that dirtbag, I hope he do time for what he did. I hope he get life because, man, it's not right, man. It's so not cool, man. You know what I mean? It's just, that's just what it is. I mean, what's right is right. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. You know, God bless her and her family. Like that was so wrong, man. Like that wasn't cool at all. You witnessed, and the dude who did it was a coward. That cop who killed that female, you were a coward, bro. You're a coward for that. So, that's what I got to say about that. Real talking VladBrad. So yeah, to lighten things up a bit, I'm done with that subject matter. I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story. To end it off, a funny blind date story that happened to me. So it's like, could have been like 6-7 years ago, right? Oh my gosh. I've been meaning to share this with you guys for the longest, but here it goes, right? Some odd years ago, I had my boy, a good friend of mine. And he has his girl, the female he's with now is his girlfriend. They've been together for like about 8 years now, about 7-8 years they've been together. But back then they were dating. They were just kind of dating. So you know how everybody have a situation where they have a friend, right? And you meet somebody and a friend say, hey, you got a friend for my friend? Or like say, it's a guy can be like say a female be like, hey, you got a friend you could date my friend? Oh, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll see what I can do. And then let's say, for example, it's a guy. He asks his girlfriend, you have somebody for my homeboy or for my brother, whatever. Basically, that's a blind date kind of situation, right? So that's what happened to me. My boy calls me up and he says, hey, look, bro, I need a favor. I said, yo, what's up? What is it? He said, look, man, I'm talking to this female. I really like her, but she has a friend. She has a best friend, and she wants somebody to go out. She want to do a double date because she's real close with her friend, and she want me to find somebody that'll go out with her friend too. Because it's, you know, she'll be third wheeling it and she feels bad for her friend and she don't want to go out without her friend. So bro, can you do a date for me? Can you go out with her friend for me? I said, I don't know about this, dude. I don't know, bro. Okay, look, check it out. Send me a picture of her. Can I at least see a picture of her? I don't want to just hop into this. So he showed me a picture of her, sent it or whatever. I said, she's on the hefty side. She's kind of big, but you know what? I'm cool with that. You know, I'm not tripping. Okay, cool. I said, all right, you know what? I'll do it, man. Let's get it. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna describe her to you. She was a black female, kind of. She was like this. She was a dark black female. She was like brown skin, like kind of like she wasn't real black, but she was like, I mean, she wasn't real dark black, but she was like brown skin, like on the verge of like kind of like she was little under brown skin complexion. Like she was like a shade darker than brown skin. So anyway, and you know, and I seen her hair like she like with her hair. Mind you, we going out like I'm. This is my first impression of her. My first impression of her, and I seen her. She didn't look really like she looked like the picture a little bit, but not really. So we went out, whatever. I mean, before when I seen her, her hair, you could tell she had she had glue in her hair, like her whatever her weave she was wearing, it wasn't glued in completely. But I was cool. Like I didn't trip. So I hopped in the car, whatever. I got in the car, and I'm gonna introduce myself, and so I said, hey, you know, I went to give her a hug. I said, oh, you know, we can hug if you want. I said, you know, we could definitely hug when we get out the car. I said, nice to meet you. You know, I'm Zach, you know, and I forgot her name, you know, whatever. And she introduced herself, and she already had a bad attitude. Like she started off with a bad attitude already. But my friend, girlfriend, my friend, the girl he was dating, when she seen me, her first impression was she said, tell my boy, like, dang, she's like, he fine. You know, fine is the same terminology for looking good. So, my boy, girl that he was dating, she said that I was fine and I looked really good or whatever. But the girl who I was there to see, my blind date, didn't say that about me. You see what I mean? She was just kind of like, you could tell she was kind of offish from the beginning a little bit, and I was trying to be nice to this girl. And let me describe her to you. She was heavy set, right? She was thick. She was like a thicker female, but she was thick. She was thick in all the wrong places. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me. You know, I'm down with a thick female. Let's not get that twisted. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm all for that. The thing about it is, you know, like when you say female thick, or like say a BBW female, right? Let's say usually they have like, you know, huge hips, a huge butt with thick thighs. And if they have a little bit of gut about them, I'm cool with that. You see what I mean? They usually have your huge breasts and everything else, but basically all that thickness be all in the thighs, all in the butt, all in the hips, and in the breast, and a little bit in the stomach. Or if it's a good amount in the stomach, I'm cool with that. However, this female, as big as she was, she had a flat ass to be big. You see what I mean? Her butt wasn't big. What else? Her hip game wasn't that big. Her hips wasn't that big. She had a massive gut, had a huge gut. And you know how you get the females who are pregnant, right? You know the female that's pregnant, they have them big tight bellies. But she as big as her gut was, she for sure wasn't pregnant. Like she had like a big gut, but her gut was jiggly. She had a big jiggly gut. You see what I mean? And her breast wasn't that big. She had big arms. Her arms were big, but her breast wasn't that big. And I'm like, like she was thick in all the wrong places. You see what I mean? Like, that's just what it was. So the thing about it was I was still being nice. I said, you know what? That's cool. So we went to see the movie. And, and here's the thing, when we got out the car and I told her like this, I said, oh yeah, you know what? We can get that hug right now if you're down for it. I'm all for a hug if you want to get a hug. You want to get that hug in? You know, I'm trying to be nice. She said, oh no, we can hug later. I said, cool. I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? I said, all right, bet, cool. Like, you know, and that's just me being nice. I said, all right, cool. You know, and I was nice to this girl the whole entire time. And we in the movie, you know, we see the previews of the movies. Right? We went to the movies and seen the previews. You know how to show the previews before the movie come on. And the actor was the Matt Damon. You know, Matt Damon was the actor. They showed a preview of Matt Damon or whatever. And some movie he was in back in the day. And she said, oh, I used to like Matt Damon a lot. I used to have a crush on him, but he got too skinny now. She said Matt Damon got too skinny. Mind you, I'm small. You see what I mean? I'm tall and lean. You know what I mean? I have low body fat percentage. For those you see my YouTube videos, whatever, I'm lean. So she threw a jab at me. I said, okay, bet. She threw a jab at me. Okay, cool. You see what I mean? And so she already started with the BS with the animosity. So Melissa McCarthy at the time, around that time, that's when she was first coming out. You know, Melissa McCarthy is like a heavyset white female. And I said, okay, bet. So she threw a jab at me, I'm gonna throw one back. So they showed another preview of Melissa McCarthy on there. So I said, I said, oh, you know what? I used to like Melissa McCarthy, but she got too fat. straight like that. You see what I mean? I said, she got too fat. She big. She got jelly rolls. I'm good. And people started laughing in the theater, heard me. The whole theater started laughing. You see what I mean? Because the female threw the jab at me, so I threw one back. You see, so we watched the movie. After the movie was done, whatever, and we enjoyed. I forgot what movie it was. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the movie, but I know I enjoyed it. And so we back in the car, and we're on the way home, whatever, going to our destination. So we're all kind of chilling. So her friend tells her friend say, no, first the friend asked me, she's, my boy and her friend said, did you have a good time? I said, yeah, I had a good time. I enjoyed the movie. Everything went good. I was cool with everything. So then they asked the friend, right? The blind date female, telling you guys, they asked her, he said, so what about you? Did you have a good time? She said, nah, I didn't have a good time at all. Like I was bored. I didn't have a good time. And then she talked about me, said, I wasn't feeling him. I said, what? Okay. And I said, first off, I was nice to you this whole time. You know what I mean? I was being a gentleman, and you the one with this horrible attitude. I said, you don't have to feel me. You see what I mean? I said, I mean, it's all good. Trust me. You know what I mean? In fact, and before I can finish saying what I'm saying, her friend said, she said, see, that's your problem. You always have bad attitudes. You know, she said, my man hooked you up with somebody who's good looking. You don't even appreciate it. And that's why nobody like you. Now her friends started going in on her. That's why nobody like you. Cause you a buzzkill, you know, like he was a gentleman. He was cool with you and everything else. And you got to go talk trash and say this or whatever. And, she was like, that's why I don't like bringing you around. I try to look out for you. I try to help you out by hooking you up with a good blind date. And you turn around and you spoil it and you ruin it. And after she said that, I start talking. I said, yeah, now I can come to tell you the truth. I said, yeah, that comment she said about skinny dudes up in the theater, that was a jab at me. She jabbed, and that's why I said I jabbed her ass right back and everything. I said, now to come to think about it, you do have a horrible attitude. You see what I mean? And I said, attitude is horrible. Like I didn't have to go out with you at all. I was doing my friend a favor. And everything. She said, oh, you didn't have to go out with me. You don't have to see. I said, okay, cool. I don't have to see you. And she started talking about you skinny anyway. I said, oh, I'm be skinny. I said, look at you. I said, look how fat you are. And don't get me wrong. I got love for everybody. I do. But she brung this out of me. She started talking about me first. So I went back in on her. I said, look at you. You thinking all the wrong places. I said, you fat, but you weirdo. Yes, I said, you built like a sumo wrestler. And they started going in. Like my homeboy and her, they was in there laughing. You know, I said, you built like a sumo wrestler. I said, look at your weave. Your weave is not even, I said, you need to glue your weave on back. Your track is all off. I said, you look like Big Worm off Friday. I said, you fat, black, and you look like Big Worm off Friday. That's what you like, Big Worm with a wig on. You see what I mean? And your perm is worse than his. Like I just was going in on her. You see what I mean? So she going back and forth, but I'm eating her alive. Like I'm not the one for that. You see what I mean? So I'm going in, just talking about the girl and everything, going off on her, and I'm yelling at the top of my lungs, going on, just going in on her. You see what I mean? So it's safe to say that date didn't end well. You see what I mean? I haven't seen her again for a long time. Well, excuse me. I thought I wasn't going to see her again, but I ended up running into her again. I'm going to tell you what happened. Like about 2 weeks ago, I was at the gym. I was at the 25 Fitness and I was working out, and some female run up to me, said, "Oh my gosh, it's good to see you." And I look, I'm like, "Who is this girl?" I'm like, "Huh? Oh, who's this?" And I'm like, then it hit me. I said, "It's that blind date girl, the same." And I'm thinking, why is she being nice? We didn't end on a good note. We for sure did not end on a good note that night. You see what I mean? So she went up to me, hugged me, and we went to the 25 Fitness, right? I looked at her and I said, she looked even fatter than she did before. That's what I'm thinking to myself, but I'm being nice back. I mean, whatever energy you put out to me, I'm gonna give it right back. You see what I mean? So she being nice, and I'm being cordial with her. I'm saying, "Oh, how you doing? It's good to see you." And this and that. You all right? She, "Yeah, I'm all right. I haven't seen you. It's been a minute." Da, 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 da. I said, "Yeah, okay, yeah, it's been a minute." But I'm still at the back of my mind. I'm like, why is she being so nice? Because for one thing, she had a horrible attitude that day and everything, and it didn't end well at all. So she was like with 3 or 4 other people with her, and she was with like 3 other females and a guy. It was 4 females and a guy, but the 4 females she was with, they were in good shape and they were good looking. It was 4 other black females she was with. 4 good looking black females in good shape. And a dude, it was a black dude they were with, and he was in good shape. You see what I mean? But she was the only one that wasn't. So out of the group that was with them, because they were all together, so she gave me a hug and everything else. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it's good to see you too and everything. And she was like, so they said, they tell her, they said, oh, you know him? And this is what she says. She said, yeah, I do know him. He's my ex. And I paused, right? She said, yeah, he's my ex. I said, ex what? You see what I mean? She said, oh, he's my ex-boyfriend. I said, man, hell no. Just like that. That's exactly what I said. I said, man, if you don't get your fat, out of shape, awkward, pear, weirdo ass up out my face. Like I went in on her, man. Like I went in and they all started laughing. She said, I knew it was a catch to her niceness. I knew it was a catch. You see what I mean? Like, I went in so bad on her. I went in so tough that it was crazy. Like I couldn't even remember everything I said, but everybody was on a deal, was laughing. Everybody was going crazy. So like, ex what? You see what I mean? Like, but that's why she was nice, because she figured, okay, let me be nice to him. She seen I had a cool look about me. I'm in shape, and she just want them to think something that really wasn't true. So that's basically what happened with that. I held you guys time longer than was necessary. So with that being said, I'm out of time. We out of time, and thank you guys for rocking with me again. I haven't did a YouTube in like forever, but my YouTube is the word of VladBrad. I'll be uploading again soon. You know, I'll be doing I'll be doing the podcasts regularly again. Thank you guys for rocking with me, for listening to me, and it's a long podcast because I have to catch up with some stuff. Follow me on my Facebook at Zach Morrison. Even though I'm gonna switch it up eventually, but right now it's Zach Morrison. Again, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys listening. And with that being said, I am gone.
Trying to get so much that I can't keep count. New kicks give me cushion like whoopee. Keep it smile like an eating pork cookie. Everything good, I'm white boy awesome. Up all night, Johnny Carson. I ain't got a Benz, no, just a Honda. But try and get my money like an anaconda. Real long, across the country. Smoke joints in the whip, no cap can bust me. Driving to the stage, they applaud and scream. All them pretty little girls come and flock to me. Yeah, I rack the beat.